My wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, I welcome you to Skolante TV, where we bring to you news that concerns the restoration of Biafra and freedom all over the world. In this video, I will be bringing to you the first message by our Deputy Prime Minister in the person of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze in this new year, her New Year speech to the Biafran people, and it was a bomb. Just listen carefully as you hear the roadmap to our recognition and the things that are ongoing in USB. But before we dive into it, let me quickly welcome back to my channel those of you that have been following my videos, and if you are new, I welcome you and urge you to do well to click that like button, subscribe to my channel, press that bell icon so anytime I upload another video you'll be notified. Other than that, let's go straight into it.
You are living in darkness, suffering and smiling. When we talk about freedom, now go to first.
Alright, greetings and welcome, dear friends and friends of Biafrans and enemies of Biafrans. Welcome the media. Greetings and welcome to this New Year State of the Nation address today, January 1st, 2025. Happy New Year to everyone listening to me. My name is Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the Chief of Staff and Deputy Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, and the de facto government in Homeland. I am the legal surrogate to the Prime Minister of the United States State of Biafra, His Excellency Obadobie Simon Ekpa. I represent him here today. Greetings to His Excellency the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Mazi Ekpa Simon Jacob. Biafrans greet you. Biafrans adore you. We love you. Thank you, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, who has declared the independence and sovereignty of the state of Biafra. Through my humble self, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, who is and remains the only authority given, approved by our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa to lead Biafrans until he joins us. Greetings to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been so resolute and resilient in the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. You are where you are today because of what we do. Biafra has been declared. Biafra is a full-fledged sovereign nation. And you are part of the reason why this happened. We have declared Biafra and we must defend Biafra. Happy New Year to the secretaries of the United States of Biafra, deputy secretaries, cabinet members, state governors of the 40 states of Biafra, state executives, stakeholders of the United States of Biafra, the Biafra Securities, Biafra Defense Forces, Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Resistance Fighters, Biafra Navy and Biafra Air Force. Special thanks to the Biafra Special Sports, the Biafra military trainers. I greet and I thank you all. Thank you, Biafrans, for calling in today at this time. The redeclaration of Biafra was done on November 29, 2024 in Lahti, Finland, under the name of the United States of Biafra, by His Excellency the Prime Minister Ekpa Simon Njoku, represented by my humble self, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. The grievances for Biafra people was read during that occasion by Honorable Bryson Okeoma. That was what he did, to read the grievances. The declaration was done by our Prime Minister, represented by myself, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. So Biafra do not be deceived. Bryson Okeoma did not declare the independent state of Biafra. The ratification, confirmation, affirmation, and witness to the United States of Biafra's declaration was done by Attorney Jane Iwunze. This is our story. Over 1,500 Biafrans gathered in Finland between November the 29th and December the 3rd, 2024, to participate in the declaration of our independence, even without our Prime Minister being present, even without our leader Nnamdi Kanu being present. Biafrans came together and we declared our independence because we have the right to do that. This singular act proves that the independence and restoration of Biafra is not dependent on any single individual. It also shows that no one can stop the freedom of the over 70 million Biafrans who have sought for their freedom from a country, Nigeria, that rehabilitates and reintegrates non-terrorists into its military, police, security agents, and leadership. Biafrans conducted a verified self-referendum where over 50 million Biafrans voted to exit Nigeria and be a free nation. This was done both by electronic voting and physical voting in homeland. This referendum voting has been verified by the ORB report and the Committee of Emerging Nations that have ratified and approved the referendum conducted by Biafrans, and other international reports too. The well-renowned United States of America analyst Michael Rubin has verified, confirmed, and supported the Biafra referendum under His Excellency Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Prove the process and the declaration of the United States of Biafra. This is our story. We have been officially recognized by different countries in the world, such as the Eritrean government in exile, the Ambazonia government, and several congressmen and women, both in the United States, in Europe, in South Korea, and other parts of the world. We also have several countries that have recognized Biafra between 1967 and 1970 and never denounced our recognition, such as Congo, Cote d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone, and Gabon. We are currently talking with these countries and they support our independence. Our attorneys are doing their assigned tasks and submitting and updating our records with our allies and others on the independence of the United States of Biafra. We are following all due process in our recognition and restoration. On the homeland, We extend an olive branch to our neighbors in Nigeria and have demanded the immediate withdrawal of all their foreign bodies, military, police, security, and orders from the Biafra territory. It is the right thing for them to do at this time. Our decentralized military will continue to protect their states as needed from any foreign invader. We are happy to report that the Nigeria state is gradually doing the needful. It is in line with the legal status of United States of Biafra as an independent nation. And it is also in line with making the world a better place, supporting self-determination for Biafrans, self-defense, peace, equity, justice, and freedom for Biafrans. Biafrans have explored all the peaceful processes towards our freedom. We're also using all the rights aspired to us as a nation to enhance and increase our military strength to defend our land, for our self-determination, and for self-defense against foreign invaders. It is pertinent to note and let the world know that Nigeria has been at war with Biafra for the past 2 years or more. This was confirmed by Nigerian Defense Chief Christopher Musa in several public and private platforms. He has confirmed that Nigeria is at war with Biafra. He also on different occasions has explained the type of war Nigeria is engaging with Biafrans. That is on record and that is on public record. As a nation at this point, we must confront the foreign invaders from the Nigeria terrorist state. And we must defend our territory. Our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, is held and happy. Our Prime Minister is defending Biafra land against the reintegrated terrorists hired by the Nigerian government wearing military and police uniforms. I want to use this opportunity to let the Finnish local authorities be aware that the image of Finland has been dented by the way they handle the investigation of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. And we want them to know that nothing they do or engage in will stop the total defense of Biafra land from the invading Nigeria terrorist state. Nothing, absolutely nothing. If they like, let them conduct this investigation for the next 100 years. What Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, is doing, what he has done, is what Biafrans will continue to do. We cannot allow terrorists to come into our land and kill us and go free. We cannot allow the Nigeria government, headed by Tinubu and his agents, to come into Biafra land, kill us, occupy our land, burn our homes, rape our women, take over our farms, and go scotch-free. That will never happen. And that is exactly what our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, was trying to protect us from. That is what our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, was doing, protecting us from these invaders. And that is what Biafrans must continue to do, no matter what happens. Nothing will stop the total defense of Biafra land from the invading Nigeria terrorist state. Finland must be aware that Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is one of the countries in the world that has almost all the terrorists inside the country right now, where innocent citizens are killed Christians are mowed down in their numbers. Children and women are killed without the protection from the state or from the president or from the government. What country will allow their indigenes to be killed continuously like that without any protection? Nigeria is a failed state, and any leader, foreign or local, that tries to protect Nigeria is part of a terrorist government. Any leader, foreign or local, that tries to listen to Nigerian government and do what they say is a terrorist government. The Nigerian terrorist state must leave our land. We will make them leave our land. Peacefully or forcefully. Biafra is now a nation. We have a right to rule ourselves. Finland fought a brutal war. Finland fought for their independence. Now they are an independent nation. The same thing Finland did. That is the same thing Biafra is doing under Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Nothing is different. The Western world, they have the power to exit from a country they don't like for any reason. America left Europe to become a nation. What makes that different from what Biafrans are doing? There's no difference. You cannot stop us. If you become a nation, you fight for your freedom, and you exit a country that is oppressing and suppressing you, you must be aware that that is the same thing Biafrans are doing. We met in Finland, we voted, we declared our independence. At this time, the Finnish local authorities need to be aware, need to be mindful that they are holding the Prime Minister, the head of government of an independent nation, Biafra. They need to do the needful as quickly as possible. Biafrans have continued to show that they control their land through several means. One of them is the referendum action. The voluntary referendum action by all the Biafran in the 40 states to release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, by the Nigerian terrorist state. Withdraw all Nigerian army, police, and security from our land and allow Biafrans to live peacefully as an independent country. Our Monday sit at home has continued for the past over 2 years. I need to let the world know. Every Monday, every office in Biafra land, every school, every business voluntarily shuts down. This is what we want. This is what Biafrans have decided to do. This shows Nigerian government, they have no power over Biafra territory. They have no power over Biafra land. Because Biafrans voluntarily shut their businesses every Monday. Every bank, every school, every important institution in Biafra territory closes every Monday, voluntarily. Despite the Nigerian government insisting that they open, despite the Southeast governors working under the Nigerian terrorist state, insisting that they open their offices, their shops, Biafrans have refused to do that. That shows Biafrans are in control of our territory. And that Monday sit at home must continue every Monday until we fully protect our land from the terrorist state of Nigeria. These terrorists recruited by Nigerian government are sent to Biafra territory to kill, maim, and burn the homes of innocent citizens of Biafra just for their beliefs in Biafra nation. Thousands of innocent Biafrans have been killed over the years by the Nigerian terrorist state and their agents inside Biafra land for nothing. For nothing. We cannot fold our hands and watch as our people are murdered daily by the Nigerian state to grab the mineral and natural resources in Biafra land, which they use to service foreign countries while our people perish in abject poverty. We can no longer allow that to happen. These same terrorist killings happens in different parts of Nigeria, such as in the Oduduwa land, in Arewa territory, in the Middle Belt, where innocent citizens are murdered in their hundreds, where mass burials are being conducted every now and then. School kids are taken away in their hundreds for ransom. Undergraduates are kidnapped from their dormitories without any trace, while the Nigerian government offers no help. What kind of a country is that? Nigeria is a failed state, and any government, foreign or local, that supports, that listens, that partners with Nigeria is part of the failed state, is part of the failed individual, and is supporting terrorism and the killing of Christians, killing of innocent children and women inside Nigeria. If you don't know the history and what we have gone through, you must listen to us. We are the ones that will tell our story. Nigeria government and their agents cannot tell the story of Biafrans. You must hear it from us, the Biafrans, what we go through. That is why we are the people, and we decide who is going to rule us. At this time, Biafrans have decided. Our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, and our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, must continue to lead Biafrans. So whether you hold them for the next 100 years, whether you don't hold them, we must continue to do what they want us to do. And I promise you, and I've told you, our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, has already laid down all the rules, all the things that we need to do, and we must continue to do it, even in his absence. That was why we declared our independence in Latin Finland, even without the presence of our Prime Minister or our leader. The template is already set. Nobody can do anything about that template because it's about the securing the power of the people and the safety of the Biafra people. That is what we will continue to pursue. Fellow Biafrans and our friends, we are working on our recognition by reaching out to not only countries that have recognized us in the past, but new countries that have seen what we've done. We thank our attorneys, private public ones. We thank Attorney Levy and some of our private lobbyists hired by our Prime Minister. We also thank the Biafran Foreign Affairs Department that has been doing and working tirelessly to put some of these documents at the right places. Thank you so much. We have attained several milestones, and in the next few weeks, so many products will be launched by the Biafra Secretary of Trade, Honorable Benjamin. I'm happy to announce to Biafrans that the Bank of Biafra license has been granted and has been approved. And soon, Biafrans will start our online banking, and our currency will start to be used in our homeland. Our Biafra ID card is out. Many of us here have our Biafra ID card. This Biafra card has all the standard and met all the standard for all the requirements of other countries' ID cards, such as America, such as France, such as Europe. And I'm very, very glad to announce that almost all the Biafrans that their ID cards have been printed, most of them, almost all of them have collected their ID card in Finland. I also want to let Biafra know that our Biafra ID card form has been simplified, and the next few weeks or days, we conduct Zoom verifications instead of Jumio verifications, which we know people are finding a little bit difficult. So we have to devise other means to verify our people. All Biafrans have applied for their ID card and whose ID card is on the pending status. In the next few days or weeks, you'll receive instruction on how the special committee that was set up for this task will verify Biafrans through Zoom rather than through the Jumio, which has been a little bit difficult for us. The new Biafra ID card form is very simple to fill, just about 4 or 5 questions to submit. Our ID card company is one of the best in the world with world-class standard verification process, commensurate with ID cards of international standards. So Biafrans, be on the lookout for the new form to get your ID card. It's very, very important that you get your ID card. We already fixed the price for that ID card. In the past, either $100 or 100 euros, 100 pounds. But the most important thing is that the form has been simplified. And we want to have over 30,000 Biafrans to subscribe for their ID card as quickly as possible. We have other programs by the business department that I won't reveal here, but it's already in the final stage. Be on the lookout for that. Our IOU is still in progress, but only through the United States Government.org website. Payment only to the New Dimension Mandate account. Biafrans, if you want to donate using the IOU, which our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, has launched, the only place approved by the United States of Biafra government under his leadership, the Excellency Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, the only approved account for the IOU at this time is the New Dimension Mandate and the United States of Biafra government website, which is almost in the final stage. No other account is approved by this government for any payment, any fundraising pertaining to the United States of Biafra for the building of our country. Only the New Dimension Mandate and the United States Biafra government, the new website that we just launched. All donations to the USP protection and functioning goes to the New Dimension Mandate and our homeland account. Approved by our PM. The accounts are safe, secure, and transparent. All the 40 states in Biafra land, the only approved account for you to make payment is the Taj Homeland Bank account. Very safe, very secure. Do not be distracted by what the criminals are doing. That is the only account approved. They are running out of funds. They want to come with all kinds of distractions because they are no longer getting money. So continue to donate in those 2 accounts. We are a country, and what we want to make transparent, it is a requirement for us to run as a country. Do not be worried about some of the fake names that they are parading on social media. Do not be moved, because we are a nation and have the right to raise funds to defend our country. It is our right. We have the right to defend ourselves from invading, reintegrated and rehabilitated terrorists of the Nigeria state and Nigeria government and their agents. It is our right. The agents that are against us are crying and creating confusion because Biafrans have stopped donating to their hijacked accounts. Those accounts are gone for good. Thanks to Biafrans as you continue to donate to the mandate account and our homeland account. Any Biafran that is donating to any account, apart from this, you are not following our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. And it is your choice to do that. You have a right to do whatever you do. But you cannot do that under the United States of Biafra or under Briggy or under the de facto government led by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Again, in the area of funds, we are no longer going to be operating physical receipts in Biafra land. Moving forward, all homeland tax payments will be done through POS. A committee headed by our Finance Secretary, Pharmacist Diane Eme, has been set up to streamline the contribution process in homeland. And in the next few days or weeks, you will get a clear instruction on how to make your tax donations, liberation tax donations, and your donations to support the United States of Biafra. No more physical receipt. Anybody telling you anything about that, just know they are not working for the United States of Biafra. All Biafrans, please liaise with your state administrators to guide you on the process of our new way of donating money, paying our taxes in our homeland. No more physical receipt in the whole Biafra land. We are in a world of technology, and online record helps. It helps accountability and transparency. We do not want a Biafra land where we print 1 million receipts and only 10,000 receipts are accounted for. Do not pay any attention to our enemies. Like our leader Nnamdi Kanu has said, the Nigerian government have brought out billions of dollars to fight what we do every day. So you have to understand that. They can come in different formats. They come in different ways. It requires Biafrans that have the sixth sense to recognize where every single individual is going as far as this restoration and stop the bad ones. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu say, you cut off cancer, you don't treat it. The first treatment, you cut it off, then you go into chemo. That is the only way you treat cancer. That is exactly what we are doing in Biafra land. When we discover the cancers, we cut them off immediately. They can rant, they can rave, they can do anything they want, they can manipulate. They can never, ever have a place in the leadership of the United States of Biafra. That is a promise. These people, these distractors, they were the ones working with the saboteurs, some of them in the ex-Briggy cabinet, to disrupt the declaration of Biafra on the 29th of November 2024. But they couldn't because the spirit of Biafra was in control. The spirit of over 3 million children killed, including women, during the 1967-70 Civil War. And the spirit of innocent Biafrans languishing in different Nigerian jails in the north, in the west, without recourse for any legal help. Their spirit and those that were killed just for their belief is what is going to continue to fight this war for Biafrans. And with those spirits, we can never fail. Never. Those spirits are in control. ex-cabinet members, some of them, they were against our Prime Minister, Obatobie. It's not about the COS. Their plan is bigger and goes deeper to not only silence our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, but also to ensure that the declaration and restoration of the independent state of United States of Biafra does not happen. True Biafrans, you all are aware. You know how many times they've disrupted the programs and the project of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. They try to do the same thing under the leadership of His Excellency Simon Ekpa, but they failed. They failed woefully. Woefully, and they are still trying every single day, and they will continue to fail woefully. Not when people like us are in this struggle. They disrespect our Prime Minister. They insult him. They cajole him. They plan against him. They do not regard him. Some of these are illiterates without sense, who thinks it's business as usual. They never saw the crop of Biafrans under Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. That's why they seem so confused every day. And they keep making mistakes. Every time they converge or plan or open their mouth, it is mistakes. They have failed. Biafrans can see it. From the fraudulent, unapproved fundraising they do, to the crimes they commit abroad and in homeland, using the name of the United States of Biafra, Brigi, and de facto. If they know what is in stock for some of them, they will disappear. We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an adage that says, no matter how you try to leave them, to forgive them, to accept them, they will still come up with that same behavior. Because Nigerian government has a process of divide and conquer. They use people within to destroy what Biafrans are doing. We already know that, and that is why they are not going anywhere. That is why we stop them on their track. That is why we discover them anywhere they are, and we bring them down. That is what we will continue to do. No mercy. No mercy, because lives have been lost. People have died. Children have died. Innocent Biafrans have been murdered. They've spilled their blood. We are not joking. Anybody, any attorney, any lobbyist, you think we are joking in this restoration process? I pity you. Sorry will be your name. In homeland, the 40 states of Biafra is fully secured. We've had several meetings with the homeland administrators, and they are doing what Obatobie tells them. Let those criminals go in homeland and penetrate. Our decentralized military has 40 state commanders, 40 deputy state commanders, working closely with the state administrators, state executives, and the state special training sports. These are the individuals that will continue to train our military. These are formats already laid by our Prime Minister, even before the incident, without many people being aware of it. In fact, without anyone knowing about it. No one knows it. So when you see them trying to fight the decentralization of the Biafra military, when you see them talking about the recruitment of our able-bodied men and women into our military, when you see them crying on Twitter about that, just know they do not work. They are not for this United States of Biafra. We are no longer in the liberation phase. We are a country, and we must structure our country to meet the international standard of every country in the world. Biafra will not be different. So anybody that thinks they will continue to do this little gang up in homeland, devoid of what the United States of Biafra government is putting in place through our Defense Secretary and Defense Department, they have failed. They are dead on arrival. It is for the benefit of every innocent, truthful Biafra to fall in line with the government of the United States of Biafra. If you don't do that, then you are working for somebody else, and you will bear the consequences of anything that you do. We have only one government, the United States of Biafra, Biafra Republic government in exile, de facto homeland with 40 states, 15 counties, and all the districts that are fall under them. It is only one. If you are not under this leadership, then you are working against Biafrans, and you will pay the price heavily. Necessary funds and resources are going to the states, are going to the commands that are ready, and they are protecting our women and children and citizens from the terrorist state of Nigeria. All commands must be under the United States Defense Department. Thanks to the states that are ready, a couple of states are already ready with their commands and getting everything ready and doing the needful. If you are a state commander in Eden Igodomi State, your power is in Eden Igodomi Gogodo. If you're a state commander in Ebonyi State, your power is inside Ebonyi State. If you're a state commander in Ohuku State, your power is in Ohuku State. All the commanders have equal power with equal responsibility. If you move out from your domain, you take the responsibility for that. If you threaten any commander that is not in your state, you take responsibility for that. I want Biafrans at homeland to know the structure that our Prime Minister has set up is the structure we will continue to use. We must do this to safeguard our land, to protect our land. That is the right thing to do. Our military and our police is decentralized because we run a confederate state. We do not want the kind of structure the terrorist Nigerian state had, where the police and everything is centralized in Abuja. If somebody commits a crime in Sokoto, you must get permission from Abuja before you arrest the person. If somebody commits a crime in Imo State, you go and get permission from the central command in Abuja before you arrest that. How are you going to curb crimes? How are you going to reduce the crime in the state? When you do things like that, you must give power to the state police, to the state army, to make sure and to enable them to curb crimes and capture these terrorists that come to kill us. You must empower them. And that is the guideline that's set up by our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, and that is what we are going to follow. We are already following that. Again, I say thanks to the states. I've had several meetings with them that have been able to establish their comments, and I do very, very well. Thank you so much. Thank you. The challenges we get at this point is expected and transitional. Do not be worried, Biafrans. Do not be worried by these shenanigans. It is expected. How else could we have known that somebody is not following the orders of the Prime Minister? How else could we have known that even with the declaration of the United States of Biafra, some people are not happy. How else could you have known that when we are putting the structures that Obatobia has put in place, some people are fighting it, trying to create something like parallel government, which does not exist. We have only one government. So this transitional phase in our struggle is important. The good thing about that is that Biafrans are wiser now. Biafrans know what is going on now. Biafrans know where to pick them. Biafra knows when they talk, where they are. And we continue to dismantle them anywhere we see them. There will be no gap for these destroyers that are being used by the Nigerian government, and they pretend to be fighting for the restoration of Biafra. They are not genuine. By their actions, you will know them. And once you know them, you bring them down. That is what we continue to do. You cannot continue to disrupt our project. You cannot continue to disrupt our program and continue to allow the terrorists to kill our people. That cannot continue to happen. We cannot allow that to happen. Biafrans will deal with you mercilessly if you betray in a manner you will never expect. I keep telling people, what you don't know is bigger than you. Some of you think that you know our Prime Minister Obatobia just because he sends you on some errands, he gives you some assignments, you have meetings with him, then you think you know him. I pity you. If you know what the Prime Minister has prepared for the United States of Biafra Brigade, you will be shaken. You don't know Odogu. You do not know him. You don't know Obatobia. When you think you know him, when you attend meetings every day, when you run around him, when you call him every day to gossip, when you formulate all kinds of lies and craziness, and he listens, he has a listening ear, then you think he approves what you say. Odogu can listen to you talk for 30 minutes, and after that, he will not talk. That doesn't mean he didn't listen to you. And that does not mean that he approves what you say. But some fools and mediocres that parade around him, they think that anytime, or because they have the opportunity to have meetings with him, therefore, they know Obatobia. I pity you. You do not know him. That is why Obatobia told me to take care of Biafra until he is free, until he comes out. But I know, most of you don't know that. You don't have to see me in meetings with Obatobia. I don't have to be there. But I know every single thing that is important to the restoration of this struggle, unless it's not important. Do not be deceived. Even myself, I do not know certain percentage of Obatobia, talk less of some of you that knows nothing. You just run errands, you pay money. You pay money to people on ground. They send you, all of a sudden, it gets into your head. Then you start using the little opportunity to gain cheap popularity over things you have no knowledge about. But we've discovered all of you, one by one. We have a new government. What some of these ex-Brigade cabinet members are doing is not only criminal, but it's legally wrong. That could land some of them in jail. And those following them, be very, very careful. Some of you could end up in jail. In the next few weeks or days, some of you will hear from the hired criminal attorneys. You have no right to use any logo of the United States of Biafra, any logo of the Biafra government in exile that was approved by our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, you do not have a right to do any fundraising using the name of Biafra Republic government in exile and United States of Biafra or de facto. You do not have the right to do that. You do not have the right to deceive and bribe people. Obatobie abolished bribery. You cannot bribe anyone in this United States of Biafra. Even as an executive, you cannot take any gift from anybody. Obatobie has said several times he has warned people against it. You cannot bribe nobody. You cannot give things to anyone. Not even out of your good interest, but to make those individuals do what you do. That is criminal in the United States of Biafra government led by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. It is criminal. You cannot also do the same thing by using the little opportunity the Prime Minister gave you to contact some men in homeland and use that opportunity to bribe them. And this money is the same money Biafrans are contributing. But you use it and give it to them as if it comes from you. Some of the international guests that came to visit, the Prime Minister instructed an individual to pay for their flights using Biafra money, their hotel, using Biafra money. Most of these things are being done using Biafra money. But these individuals go behind and manipulate unsuspecting individuals that love Obatobie. That's what they do to continue to enhance their plan. Always ask them, who are they working for? Bribery is not acceptable in the new nation we are building. If you are caught in that, you will pay the price for that. The United States of Biafra military will continue to follow the rule of engagement and follow the appropriate discipline measures to operate. The men that work for our country, United States of Biafra men, able-bodied men and women, you do not see them online. Men that work for Obatobie, true soldiers of the Biafra territory, you don't see them online. These are being manipulated by some ex-Briggy cabinet members, sad individuals that go online to manipulate people claiming different names. But we will fish you out one at a time and you will pay the price. The Biafra security, Biafra Defense Force, Biafra resistance fighters, the Biafra Liberation Army cannot attack innocent Biafrans. We do not shoot guns on innocent Biafrans' homes. Obatobie never supports things like that. Those are the things that our Prime Minister is fighting against. No matter who you are, regardless of how you come out. You cannot go and be shooting innocent Biafran homes and be proclaiming Biafra Liberation Army or Biafra Defense Force. No, you are not. If we get you, we'll take you out. Our Prime Minister never ever supports anything like that. So those of you that are being deceived and being used for this kind of intimidation of our people, calling people behind the scene, calling people on phone, threatening them with Amadioha, threatening them with all kinds of very foul languages, you need to stop. Biafra land is not a place where you call people on the phone and continue to threaten them, but they did not do what you want. Biafra land is not a place where they send some people dressed in uniform to be shooting recklessly in front of innocent Biafrans' home. Anybody doing that, the commanders, you need to take care of those individuals. Our Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra resistance fighters, our security cannot harm Biafrans. They cannot harm Biafrans. All of you used to see them walking in marketplaces, walking in our villages, and our people will be hailing them because they know they can never hurt them. That is what our Prime Minister advocates, and that is how our military, and that is what the true Biafran militaries are. The task of the Biafran security forces is to protect our land from reintegrated and rehabilitated terrorists that come from the Nigeria state to kill us, our women, kill our children. That is the task of the Biafra security forces, Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra resistance fighters. Nothing more, nothing less. Protection of our land from the terrorists and their agents inside Biafra land, because they have Biafra agents inside the 40 states. So we will continue to confront them to leave our land. Anyone that does any of those above things, like shooting at people, terrorizing people, calling people behind the scene on the phone and threatening them, it's not working for Biafra. And we will not allow such individuals to continue such menace in Biafra land. A true Biafran cannot hijack the official email of the Biafran government and change passwords. That is criminal. A true Biafran cannot hijack and change government websites without approval from the authority of the government. That is criminal. A true Biafran cannot disobey the order of the Prime Minister to follow his surrogate. Those people are not working for Biafra. A true Biafra cannot threaten Biafrans online with fake names, presumed to be working for the Biafra Prime Minister. Going online, pretending to be military, banning innocent Biafrans from Biafra land without any cause. Using unapproved Twitter handles on innocent Biafrans. They think they are smart. They think they can use the power of the media to intimidate Biafrans. I keep telling them where they stop is where Biafrans start. At this point, I wanted to bring to the notice of Biafrans that a committee called the Conflict Resolution Committee was formally dissolved by the Biafra Republic government in exile over 4 weeks ago. Anything done by this committee in any way does not represent Biafra Republic government in exile or United States of Biafra. They were dissolved by a vote of about 20 to 9. How can you go and converge a committee that was dissolved by the Biafra Republic in exile cabinet members and now use them to appoint somebody to rule you? A committee that was formally and officially dissolved by a vote of about 20 to 9. Fully dissolved. Then some criminals went behind to now constitute this same CRC, conflict resolution, to appoint somebody to rule them. Ask these individuals who are they working for. These are some of the criminals who have in the past threatened our Prime Minister, our indefatigable Agone Chamber Obatobie. These are some of the people that threatened him, telling Obatobie and Biafra this year. Most of you heard it. What makes you think that these individuals will all of a sudden change and become good people? They will never change. That thing they do, it will always repeat itself. You will do yourself a big danger by bringing and allowing such people to work near you. Once a saboteur, always a saboteur. No two ways about it. Even, I didn't want to talk about it, but even our lobbyists that recently tried to make some unguarded and incorrect statement on Twitter. He has personally warned the Prime Minister and myself about some of these individuals against the government. So what is the justification for his change? Who is he working for? Who paid him? How did he get? These same criminals and cohorts, they misinform Biafrans, confuse Biafrans in different ways. They lie to people using different methods. That the COS did not apply for an ID card. That the COS did not, she didn't do this, she didn't. And Biafrans, I tell you, the other time, I was able to let Biafrans know. This is my Biafra ID card. You all know we have a new ID card. This is my Biafra ID card. This is the front. And this is the back. So for those of them that lie to you, you've all seen my Biafra ID card. Yes. No. Yeah, this is the front and this is the back. I encourage Biafra, if you've not gotten your ID card, make sure you get your ID card. When they lie to you, please do not follow their lies. These are mediocres we have in this group that have no life. And when you compare the person lying to you, you compare him or her to the person he or she is lying about. Then you compare and contrast. That is what any right, reasonable individual should be doing. Do not fall for their tricks. Because Obatobie will ask you the questions I'm asking you today. They come around, some of these are criminals, telling you things like, we have to wait for our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, to come and give them order before they will start protecting our land. They are waiting for our Prime Minister to come out and do this. And you ask yourself, who are those individuals that always come around with that kind of mentality? It is the DOS. The DOS that Obatobie was fighting. Then ask them, why didn't we wait to get our United States of Biafra independence in Finland? Why didn't we wait? Why don't we wait to be doing our fundraisers? Why don't we wait to be submitting our papers to our international allies? But they'll be so quick to lie and confuse. But again, when you are 18 years of old, you bear the consequences of your actions. And even adage says, so you must have come close to them for them to deceive you, or for them to lie to you, or for you to be part of that. I implore you, separate yourself from these individuals. They don't mean well for this struggle. They don't mean well for this struggle. That is why Obatobie told me to take charge until he comes out. There is a reason for that. Obatobie knows all of them and what they're capable of doing. He has worked with all of us maybe for the past 2 years. So you will answer to Obatobie when he comes out on why you want to why you choose to disobey his order. The template we are executing is first and foremost led by our PM, because he's the one we are seeing guiding this, talking to individuals, hiring the attorneys. Obatobie is the greatest fundraiser money makeup every week or every 2 weeks or every month for our restoration. This criminal element uses the name of our PM Simon Ekpa to solicit for funds, make themselves popular, secretly uses the name of our leader Nnamdi Kanu to confuse innocent Biafrans. That is why when we declare the decentralization of the Biafra army, you see individuals that have been fired by our prime minister. All of a sudden, they started coming out on Twitter, trying to make noise, trying to guide, trying to suggest. But these are individuals who has already away from this struggle. Biafrans, not allow them. Anywhere you see them, give them the Water Pro Max attitude. And I have two masters at one time. Do not get me wrong. We love our leader Nnamdi Kanu. But you cannot be working directly under the structures of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and be confusing people and our agents that PM Simon Ekpa is nothing, that it is in Nnamdi Kanu that you are following. What is your plan? To denigrate Obatobe, destroy him, disrespect him, not follow his orders, then you go and tell Biafrans that you love Nnamdi Kanu. You're following his orders. You cannot love Nnamdi Kanu and hate Simon. Yes, you cannot. You cannot do that. You cannot disobey the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and say you love Nnamdi Kanu. When you hear them, the first thing they will shout, "Oh, our leader Nnamdi Kanu." It's all in the mouth. They have no respect for anybody. They are not going to respect Nnamdi Kanu. They are not going to respect Simon Ekpa. They won't respect me. They will not respect you. These are individuals that should not be near the seat of the government. They don't even know what leadership is. They cannot respect anybody. If they do not respect the commons, this simple order, or double gave, just these few weeks or whatever period of time that he's going to be out. If they do not respect that simple order, what makes you think respect the leadership of the United States of Biafra? They won't. Telling and lying to Biafrans and the angels that they are working for Nnamdi Kanu under the pretense of Simon, because that's what they do. They use those two individuals. And if you look at the bunch of them that are giving the problem to this United States of Biafra, it is so DOS element that Odogu carried from the DOS under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu. He carried them into Brigade. They're the ones giving the headache we are having today. But you know what? Their case is already settled by Biafrans. Most of them are running away on Twitter and YouTube. That is why we will go home and sleep peacefully, because Biafrans are taking care of them, either on Twitter or YouTube, Facebook, anywhere they appear, or in England, because it is not about me, it's not about you. It is a farm battle, and they are getting it. Our Biafra different departments under the different countries are doing marvelously well. Maybe in the next phase of this discussion, some of the departments will take one minute to let you know what they are doing. And again, at this point, I thank you, Biafrans, the friends of Biafrans, the enemies of Biafrans. I thank you all for listening to this New Year's message from the government of the United States of Biafra. We celebrate our independence. We thank God for giving us that opportunity to declare our independence. At this point, anything we do right now, we are guided by the laws of independent nation. We can protect it in any law court, and we will continue to do things to protect our land. Once again, I thank you all for this New Year's message, and may God bless you, and may God bless the United States of Biafra.